My Fertility Path, brought to you by the Fertility Awareness Advocates Initiative.
Infertility is a medical condition that touches all aspects of your life. It may affect your relationships with others, your perspectives on life, and how you feel about yourself. How you deal with these feelings will depend on your personality and life experiences. It is, however, important to address both the medical issues as well as the well-being of the individual. Today on the show, we will be looking at the role counseling plays in infertility. The show is My Fertility Path, and it's brought to you by the Fertility Awareness Advocates Initiative FI. This is the only show where we share real-life stories, the struggles, the treatment available, and the joys that come thereafter. I am Nse Ikpe Etim, and welcome to the show. Welcome back to the show. Today we are looking at counseling infertility. And for this conversation, we're joined by Mrs. Tola Ajayi, a fertility counselor, a sex therapist, and overall resourceful person in the medical space for the last 30 years. And as always, we also have a resident doctor, Dr. Bayomi Ajayi, the CEO of Nordic Fertility Center. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Always great to be here.
Always good, right? Thank you so much, Mrs. Ajayi. And you've been doing this for 30 years.
More than.
Oh, wow.
Almost 40.
Almost 40. You look amazing. Let me just drop that in there. So, doctor, at what point are people referred to go see the counselor?
Actually, anyone who needs assisted reproductive technology should see a counselor. But particularly, there's some group of people that it's a must that they must have a chat with the counselor. People, especially people who either 2 + 2 is not adding up to 4. People who probably they need some third-party reproduction. Definitely, they should be seeing a counselor before they pull the trigger. So, but generally, everybody doing assisted conception should have a chat with the counselor because there's so many things involved in the decision making. Because you need to understand what you are signing up for before you do that. So everybody who's going through assisted conception needs to see a counselor.
Needs to see a counselor. So on average, how many people would you say you see in a week?
In a week, well, it depends on the daily appointment. Like you said, everyone needs counseling.
Yes.
Either for the treatment, for the relationship, for sex, for anything. So in a week, I can't even count. Maybe 25, 30.
Oh, that's quite a number. That's good. But before I go to my next question, from your profile, you are a sex therapist. Is that something that's well accepted in Nigeria?
Not exactly. A lot of people really don't like to talk about sex. People don't like to talk about, maybe because of our culture.
Okay.
But we're getting there. Some people will come maybe without a husband, or the husband will come without a wife to say, I have this problem. So we're getting there.
So on that note, can you tell us one of your most shocking cases? And please, you can keep the identity away from us, but just a story.
Let me be specific about one in relation to sex.
Okay.
I remember the couple came, usually we ask the question, how often do you have sex in a week? And most of the time you see the husband look at the wife and the wife will look at the husband and, okay, how often do you have sex? Ask him or ask her. That's usually the answer that comes from them.
When there's a problem.
When there's a problem. Oh no.
And this particular case, I actually had to see both of them together, then saw them separately. And I discovered that they weren't having sex at all. The man works from home, and in the evening, he goes into the bathroom with a large bottle of Coke, and he will not come out of the bathroom until the wife goes to bed. By 5 a.m., the woman is up, goes to work, and that's just the cycle. At the end of the day, I realized that it wasn't just about the relationship. I think the man had some depression that I needed to fix.
And our mental health is very important.
Very important.
Very important. And that's something that we cannot overstate the importance of. Counseling is truly important when a person is struggling with infertility. So, Mrs. Ajayi, I appreciate that you're able to, share the story with us. But then again, someone might ask, what exactly is counseling?
Counseling, it's actually to help the couple to explore their options, to understand the process of whatever they want to do, and to take an informed decision. It's very important for them to understand what they're going through. Counseling in Nigeria, unfortunately, is not what counseling is supposed to be. We're used to the pastoral counseling, telling someone what to do. You go to your pastor, the pastor says, go do this. That's what we're used to in Nigeria, but that's not counseling. Counseling, you take control of your emotions, you know what you want to do and how you want to go about it. That's counseling. So the role of the counselor is just to guide you into taking such decisions.
So you listen.
Listen.
You listen. You're not the one constantly
talking. That's what counseling is all about.
So how many types are there, or are there different types, or is there?
In counseling, you have implication counseling, for instance, to understand the decision you're about to take. For instance, when you want to use a donor gamete, do you actually know what it means to use donor egg or donor sperm, or both together? You have to understand what it means to use donor eggs. What is the implication when I have a baby? Not just when you are doing the treatment, but when you are pregnant and when the baby comes. So it's very important for them to understand what they're going through. So that's implication counseling. Yes. We also have a support counseling, support before the treatment, during the treatment, and after the treatment. Support also can come after you've taken a decision on the type of treatment that you're doing, and you need someone to really talk to, to take you through that journey. So there is implication and there is support counseling.
Doctor, do you have anything to add?
Oh yeah, in infertility, one of the things that is first hit is your relationship, and then also part of the relationship is sex, seriously. Yes. But we never talk about this in Nigeria. This I will never forget, I'll keep in my memory. It's happened about 15 years ago. A friend referred the couple to me, very good guys. And the wife, I examined her, she had a fibroid. And I was, oh yeah, we need to take off the fibroid. And then she just flew off the ceiling and said, doctor, everybody's always telling me about fibroid. Have you asked us when last we had sex?
Oh, bless her.
What I was told was the fibroid. So we're concentrating more on the fibroid, and then I heard that they've not had sex for about 3 years. And these are people who want to have babies. So there's so many things that is going on in marriages, and which we continue to. Sometimes when they are going through infertility treatment is what gives us the window to be able to see what's actually going on in some homes.
Yes. We can't keep throwing these things underneath the carpet.
No.
We need to speak about them.
No, we
Sex
can't.
is a vital part of marriage. Intercourse is.
I agree.
And without that, you definitely cannot have
A baby.
a baby.
Yeah.
And you cannot sustain a relationship.
And you can't sustain your relationship. And that comes from you being a sex therapist. That's what it is. Thank you so much. You cannot overstate the importance of counseling when a person is struggling with infertility. And that is why we're having this conversation today. More to come when we return. You're welcome back to the show, and you're still watching My Fertility Path. We still have Mrs. Tola Ajayi and Dr. Bayemi Ajayi, and with us here, we have been talking about the importance of counseling when dealing with infertility. Mrs. Tola Ajayi, thank you again. And let me ask this question. Have you ever counseled anyone who's tired of the stress, tired of everything, and probably wants to throw in the towel, perhaps look for a way out, perhaps like suicide?
It's a regular thing, either from the man or from the woman. sometimes the woman is tired and the man is begging, let's do this, let's do this. And, or sometimes it's the man that is tired, and when the man is tired, it's more difficult when the man is tired. But when the woman is tired, you can still talk them through it. But if the man is tired, he's tired of everything. He's tired of spending money, he's tired of the relationship, he's tired of what people are saying. So we see that on a regular basis.
So what do you say to people like that?
Well, we can only talk them through the process again and let them understand that it's not over until it's over. They just need to continue until they get what they want. Because throwing in the towel is not just an option, but sometimes it is for them because the relationship has broken down completely, that there is really nothing you can do.
And sometimes happiness is what you need, to achieve something.
Sometimes,
so it's okay to just go apart. Doctor, can I ask this question? Is there a case you've dealt with where there's absolutely no way out?
Yes, but from my own point of view, I find it difficult to accept that because you see, what I see from here is that sometimes people just need a bit of hand-holding. Don't forget, one of the things that happens when people are confronted with this kind of thing, you are an engineer, you are whatever, and then people are talking ICSI around you, they're talking about IMSI around you, it's confusing. And so sometimes you need somebody, and that's one of the things I try to do, break it down to everyday English for you. Use something that you can understand and relate with.
The effective communication.
Exactly. So that once we do that, sometimes you see the relief on their faces. Somebody who has done a few cycles that have not worked. And then you sit the two of them down and you explain to them why it has not worked in a language that they will understand. And if you know, or why you think it is like that. And then you see, okay, doctor, maybe we'll give it one or two more shots. You know, and that's, for me, it's a good thing when I'm able to do that. But there's sometimes really and truly that they tell you, you know what, we've had enough.
We're done.
But what you just do is just give them tell them also that, okay, are you really prepared to live a child-free life? And if the answer is yes, that means they've reached that bus stop, then so be it. But sometimes people change their mind, especially when you can talk to them in the language that they
understand. So how do you talk to someone to consider other options, like surrogacy, or or using a donor, like gammy, like you said. Gamete. I'm getting into this.
Yeah, that's one of the things that she said that about opening up your options.
Your options.
So we have a discussion where you look at all the options.
Yes.
And then you can tell us which one you think you can live with.
Yes.
Because finally, it's the couple that are going to live with the baby or babies. And so they need to make decisions that they know they're comfortable with.
Yes. I have another question, because I know that we come from a somewhat closed society where certain things are supposedly sacred. And do you think religion has a strong hold on us as a people? Because sex is supposedly, shunned at, in the sense that, okay, it is strictly for procreation. If you do this, this means that. Those things shroud us from our truth in terms of fertility and how we can achieve and create families. So do you think religion is a big problem?
Religion, it's actually a problem in the real sense of it, because most times people don't know what they really want. We try to put everything under religion. When you're sick, instead of you to go to the hospital, you want to go to the church. If you have appendix, your appendix is inflamed, and the doctor says you need to remove this appendix.
Yes.
And you want to go to the church, then I think that's foolishness. So most times, people, they hide under the church thing to say, or religion, so to say. Don't let me say church.
Yeah, religion.
Because it's not just
it's
church.
not just
it's not just church. People just hide under religion to say my religion says no to this and my religion says no to that. But really, until people begin to understand what it is to to have infertility, to be able to read wide and know that, okay, this is an option for me.
Yes.
Your tubes are blocked, religion is not going to help you.
No.
Science is going to help you.
Yes.
So until we get to that stage, but people don't want to read. People don't want to accept what the technology is giving to them. So
Yes.
we just stay and hide under religion.
So I think I agree. We hide.
Yes.
Religion
yes.
is not the problem.
Religion
per
is not
se.
the problem. Yeah.
Ignorance is the problem.
Ignorance is a problem, but then religion has afforded us a lot of these things where we can also hide under, like a brolly.
I'm going to quote you again. It's a choice.
It's okay.
It's a choice.
It is.
Yes, because I still come back to the same thing. Sometimes when I put myself in these shoes, or in the shoe, because I'm wearing those shoes right now, and someone says to me, your womb will grow back.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, if you yanked off your tooth, your permanent tooth, does it ever grow back? If I cut off your limb, does it grow back? And if that answer is yes, then I'm all for it. But that answer is always no.
Yeah. That's that. See, okay.
We see that a lot on social media.
That's why I say it's
Tubes
ignorance.
removed. Now she's pregnant with twins. Where
That's
is that-
IVF.
Where is that coming from?
It's IVF.
No, they'll be silent about the IVF.
Oh yes, and then it's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
Well, it's a miracle to have great doctors, I must say. So let's look at it from the other part. So when we return, we will take some of your questions and we will also talk and look at the benefits of counseling. Please stay with us. You're still watching My Fertility Path, and welcome back to the show. So, let me ask you both. Well, no. Today I have someone that's willing to talk to me in full, doctor. So please just, this is your
Now
corner.
step aside.
Yes, step aside. So what are the broad benefits of counseling when it comes to fertility?
The major benefit of counseling is that you are at peace with yourself for whatever decision you are taking.
Yes.
Let me take an example. Someone using a donor sperm. It's really a bitter pill to swallow for men.
Ego?
Ego, to use a donor sperm, it is hard. But the moment you take that decision, you know that, okay, I'm going all the way. And by the time the wife is pregnant and you have a baby, the joy that comes from having a child cry in the house, you cannot just buy it. So to me, it's the major benefit is the peace that you have of taking a decision when it's time for you to take a decision, and you take it at the right time.
And you're comfortable with that decision.
Comfortable with the decision.
So how soon is too soon to start counseling?
Counseling
I mean,
starts
once
immediately.
you've observed the fact that you're suffering from infertility, or rather you're infertile.
Counseling is immediate. The moment you come into the clinic, from your day one, counseling starts.
That's very
It's
good.
an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
So
It
you
is.
definitely need somebody
Yes,
to
it
hold you
is.
by the hands. And,
So you are the founder of Olori Ajayi Foundation. I'm sorry. Research. What does your foundation do? Just tell us.
That's just something by the side. It's just a passion.
Just
It's,
bring it to the
it's,
front for us.
NGO catering for women, the less privileged in the society. We talk about marriage. Initially, that was how it started, just to, when I was 30 years in marriage, and I just decided to give back to talk about marriage and how to cope, because we see a lot of audio marriages nowadays. So people get married and 3 months and they're gone. So that's how it started. But now it's just to give back and the less privileged in society.
How's that been for you?
It's fulfilling on the side.
On the side, it's
Yes,
fulfilling.
I still find time to do that once in a while.
Once in a while. So how do you mediate when, imagine that a surrogate doesn't want to go through with it? What are the things you say to them? How do you mediate to make this happen?
In our situation, it's not likely, because even the surrogate will have gone through counseling, and she understands what she's going through, what she's going to do. She knows what she's going to do.
Yes.
She knows that it's going to take her off scene for 9 months if she's pregnant. So she understands. So it's not likely that the surrogate is going to back up. There may be some challenges, but we'll try to manage the challenges that come with it.
What if they ask for more money? What do you say to them?
It's not likely again, but what we try to do is to let the commissioning couple know that when you are fair, when you are good to them, meet their needs. It's not just about the money that is being paid. There are certain things. For instance, her phone is bad, you decide to buy her a phone. You know.
What if she wants a phone that's more expensive than what she can truly afford?
She can't dictate. She can't.
But at this point, she has you. She has your baby. What if she decides? What do you say?
It's not part of the contract, so you're just getting out of your way to be nice.
Okay.
And the lawyer must have told her all that before she went into the procedure.
Okay. I want to go to social media.
Okay.
You know how we do it. So I'm going to ask us some questions from social media.
Go ahead.
So someone says, I have been married for a year without a child. The questions are mounting. Should I be considering counseling or consultation?
I don't think you can. The two cannot be separated, because you need to find out why you're not able to achieve a pregnancy, and then that's. But with that, if you need treatment, or even without treatment, by the time you have done your evaluation, counseling comes in.
Okay.
You know, because sometimes you will see that we've seen some people. One of the things that we need to say is that people go to IVF clinics. They think everybody who steps into an IVF clinic must do IVF, but that's not true. There's some people that they don't do IVF, because that's where the counseling comes in, and you can why don't you do this, do that, and then some of them achieve results that way. So it's not either or. You need to do the evaluation, and then the counseling comes after the evaluation.
Okay. So since you say it comes hand in hand, is it a value-added service, or do you have to pay for counseling as well?
For now, we're not charging.
Oh, bless. That's kind.
For now.
That for now has been for about 10 years.
10 years or for now?
Well, we never can tell.
Olori.
No, because we've seen that Nigerians need a lot of these things.
Yes, we do. We need to speak out.
Yeah.
Because we don't.
And you know the funny thing that because we have trained, we have quite a number of trained counselors in the clinic, and one of the counselors went through a session with one of the patients, and she asked to see me, and she came and she said, I don't want to see that counselor anymore. And I said, why? He said, oh, she didn't say anything, she was just listening to me.
But that is the best counselor you need. You need someone who listens to you. But how confidential?
Oh, that's something that you cannot, you can't throw that away at all. Confidentiality is key. You don't discuss their issues.
So, for instance, if a partner is not in the same room, you're not doing like couples therapy together, and the husband is worried about the things the wife has said, would you divulge?
No. We'll find a way to manage it. No, you can't do that.
What if he says, I'm not going through with this except I know what she has said, because she might not be telling the truth?
Well, that's
try and manipulate you.
That's probably in relationship counseling, and you'll find a way around it. For it's either both of them will come together to discuss it. You ask the wife to tell the husband what the husband wants to know. But in fertility, you can't keep story from each other because you just have to say the truth.
Thank you so much.
One typical thing that we get sometimes is that some people, you say you need donor eggs or you need donor sperm, and
I don't want my
spouse to know.
That's not going to
Oh,
happen.
really? No, that's a lie.
It's not going to happen.
Thank you so much.
It's not going to happen.
It won't happen. Thank you so much, Mrs. Tolojai and Dr. Bayame Ajayi. I constantly say thank you, and we appreciate the fact that you're constantly dedicating your lives to making other families truly happy and achieving what they want. Do not lose your mind before you seek counseling. That is my key takeaway from today's conversation. As I always say, talk to someone. A problem shared is half solved. And thank you all for watching. My name is Nse Ikpe Etim. Keep sharing, keep educating, and I will see you next time.
My Fertility Path, brought to you by the Fertility Awareness Advocates Initiative.